Heaven means that they could potentially contest that plant, that defuse rather, from the outside the CT, or as well from Heaven if they do get the drop on them. So it really was, I think, a good idea here. Just didn't work out in the end. Gunfights don't work in Oasis' side, but that's not a bad round from Oasis by any means. Jod is coming on in big, and by all means, they had to jump on him there towards Sewer as he still just won the gunfight, though. That's a big-time player making a big-time play here once again, but Oasis trying to go for the play here towards that A side. Sewer is taken by and seized by force, but they are going to be kept at bay by the fault line here, countering by South Built.
So he's stuck with the flank, and the thing is, Southfield have been sticking with the Astra for quite a while. So in terms of just the nuance again, just how Ja can know when to time his push and know when it's time to meditate to help out the team. That's really one balance Southfield has had compared to Oasis Gaming, who have forgotten the Astra for quite a while. They went back to the Omen in their previous Haven outings. Now they put Ripper back on Star Constellation watching duty. And if Oasis, they do want to still look for the opening towards that A site, but Southfield ESPORTS already looking to try and hold the entrance ways here. Ripper does get one pro and assist though. The trades work. It's a big scan right now. Pro assessing the situation, and he knows it is time now to lift that shot. That rip. Got Marky 2. Pro with a third. Envy though. Finding a target in response. So it's 1v2, but Papi Chulo is ready. Ja coming in from the flank. This is red this time by Envy. He knows it coming, but he cannot hit the shots. Ja instead from afar will get the takedowns, but Oasis at least getting 3 kills there, making it a bit easier for the next round.
Yeah, good eco there, good economic damage done towards South Built side, and it's probably really a proficient round here from Oasis. They do go down in the end, but the long run still not lost just yet. South Built uncharacteristic to pistol round wins here we do see from them. Seems like a lot of them
only against Oasis.
Yeah, it seems like most of the veteran teams have this kind of thing on pistol rounds, like a Secret, South Built in terms of competitive tenure, just struggling on those types of rounds, but doesn't happen for now. Cam out found here by Oasis, and that gives South Built some information that presence towards long is in effect, as this far on deep. Fault line on out, could be caught off guard if he's not careful, but he still gets a dink. Marky though shutting him down.
Some aggression there from Southfield ESPORTS. Will they continue on or back on the way? A bit more passive, perhaps? Papi Chulo, the one trying to show a bit of aggression towards Garage, but the guiding light will scare him off. So you want the kind of useless fun stat right now here, Black and Blue. Last time these guys played in Stage 1, 3 out of the 4 pistol rounds that we had there were won by Southfield, actually. Really? It's only against Oasis Gaming, that's the thing. Papi Chulo, though, trying to make the peak work. Nightfall getting used by Envy yet again. 3rd round already, having the ultimate. Oasis trying to capitalize with his space created. Marky Wild Oreo find the frags anyway into the funnel. And it's Oasis now towards that C side. 4v2. Maybe a gun to pick up. No, not really here for the side of Southfield. So Oasis, clear cut now, moving to take this round.
Swing here, Papi Chulo should be able to win this, but the frenzy, Los Criminales stealing that kill up close and personal. Fault line to keep him at bay. They do have a recon. Try and find out where exactly this is going to be coming from. Pushed back by the Aftershock. If they can get like a kill or 2 here, this is a worthwhile round on the bonus. You have to expect the A-Long presence to come out here. Flash, well, not really connecting Papi Chulo, dodging that one. He gets the kill. He knows Coco has to be here in the corner, right? Coco found out the support. Will it come on in? Bro will get the kill, but is there even enough time to get the defuse? No, there isn't. No. Round secured by Oasis, but what a bonus from South Built.
They just get all the frags anyway, and Oasis will have to scrounge to whatever they can around the rooms to put it in their wallet, because even if they win the round, they lost the dual battles there. Papi Chulo again and again. There's always a force to be reckoned with here on the side of South Built ESPORTS. In case in point, you can see it here in the replays, basically. Oasis, this was so clear cut for them. They had that C side. They were ready to just basically win it all from then, but at the same time, Envy getting destroyed there by Papi Chulo. While Oasis are a bit gung-ho and trying to reinforce the rest of the roster, it's a little perilous if you know that Southfield are barreling at you with 2 guns pointed your way. So a little too much of a risk there for Oasis to try and get those frags. Southfield ESPORTS this time though, they're ready with the arsenal, they're ready with the rifles, they just have to deal with the tour de force on the side of Oasis.
Yeah, the tour de force could really change things up here. Oasis, they got a bunch of Spectres, but we know that they are really good at utilizing this. We saw that at the final round versus Bren, where They fully utilize the mobility and the close range that the Spectre can really take advantageous angles with. As this gets caught here, pushing a bit too, well, I guess, incisive here, because he doesn't do it with any much support, and great catch by OASIS to even the playing field.
Yeah, just should have respected the tour de force. The chamber announced it, man, that I'm bringing out the big gun. It's time for me to snipe, and the snipes are true instead. From Pro, Hunter's Fury gets the mark onto Wild Oreo. Coco now looking around, perhaps to the lobby. Flippy right in the corner, and Coco, he was just harassed a while ago towards C-Long. Can he find a target here? But the Prowler with the exposition, he's right here. He's gonna be dead. And the alarm bells will ring for Oasis Gaming. To get another frag, but another quarter, perhaps another sight might be used. Jado able to trace Ripper's back. Coco though there with a trade. 3v2 for now. Oasis Gaming going for C side yet again, but Papi Chula and Pro, here we go again. SBE. Can they make this work?
It's going to be very difficult for them to try and force his post plant off, though, because of that tour de force. They have to kill him here right now. But Coco and Envy just clearing them down on that retake, not even letting him get to that post plant situation. 2-2. Oasis tie things up in such spectacular fashion. That's where we see the overambition from Southfield really bite him in the end. They have some advantage, but Flippy still playing that forward position. Gets him caught off guard with the Prowler, with so much initiators on the side here of Oasis. You can't be too willy-nilly about playing those dilly angles.
It's just the Prowler is crazy, man. I have to say. If you ever feel like a corner isn't safe, whenever you feel like maybe you want to check that, no? Okay, I'll check it with this utility instead. That's where it really shines, and having your own Seeker at any point in time. Well, strength of the Fade, really. New agents, new kit, new nuances to watch out for, and you have to be prepared to just get caught in those kind of scenarios. So, unfortunately for Southfield Esports, all falls apart as they try to play quite the corner contest. But now, Oasis Gaming, clearly towards that A site they will go, and they have set up on Hero Rifle for Pro. He's the one with the Vandal right now. Beyond that, though, Pistols from Southfield Esports are heading towards this A site. They also want to get a bit of the high ground control. But the thing is, Coco and Wild Oreo ready with the ultimate. There we have the Seekers. Cosmic Divide is the answer. So Southfield Esports trying to narrow this battlefield just a little bit more. But Oasis, they're not too fearful for this. They're set up by the defaults in duplicate. Wild Oreo now with Guiding Light. There we go with the Haunt. So stun. Wild Oreo still able to get that takedown. Looking for a second. And he doesn't care if he's concussed. Papi Chula though, able to flop his head off. Here comes Envy, and that's going to be the final two there for Oasis Gaming. Escape plan though needed. They should be able to make it in time. And there you have it. Oasis takes the lead.
They burned the Rolling Thunder in that one, though. And that Haunt just did so much, just not allowing Aziz to even have, his concealment up inside that cloud burst. Look at how much that Haunt did. As soon as it tagged him, he was dead to rights. Wild Oreo, great hold there towards the graffiti, really painting them apart. Southfield, make it expensive in other ways. Only get 2 kills, yes, but that Rolling Thunder to be burned was kind of a small consolation. On the other end of things, though, Cosmic Divide used by Southfield here. Maybe it would have been better saved for another avenue, but as this operator out in his hands, we've had mixed results coming from him when he does have this in his pocket to utilize, and I think they spotted him on out, so gonna try and fall back instead, maybe pop this smoke, keep him guessing, and that confirms their suspicions.
Well, it just feels like for Southfield, though, they had a chance with the Cosmic Divide. If Wild Oreo didn't pop those Seekers literally right as it was, I'd say, setting up for. So Oasis Gaming, a little bit of a step ahead in that last round. Now, they did use some ultimates to contain the Southfield burst, and Southfield themselves, that operator towards that seaside, scaring them off. A again, here for Oasis. Wild Oreo is the one stalking around, stalking, and trying to get a bit of that Trailblazer action. But Papi Chula, he's ready for this. You know the setup already from the tower. If he gets even a little bit of that tripwire action, it's a free kill here for Southfield Esports. Envy, can you navigate through this labyrinth? Tripwire's now broken. Oasis, they get on site. So at least right now, no casualties as of yet. You get the post plans.
So they were banking on for the tripwires to be able to activate there, maybe get a cheeky kill early on, but Oasis too far up ahead to let that come idly by. Smoke out on Heaven once again. Retake here from Southfield. They don't have a Rolling Thunder to try and initiate when this Aftershock's going to burn even more time. Going to be so much more difficult for them to retake with an operator. They give it over to Pro. Counter flashes here to really keep him at bay, keep him guessing. There's so many flashes, so much utility they can throw, and the fact that Envy still has his Prowler is going to make things a lot more difficult. So I don't know about this retake, man. Time is ticking. There isn't much left to work with. They know there's one in Graffiti. They have to go in for this now. Assist makes his way out towards the side. He does get shut down. Ripper doing so much work. Papachula finding 2, finding 3, and Flippy gets another kill. But the time is ticking. How much really do they have left to work with here, Dax?
Oh, Coco, he's all alone. He will die on the site for the glory of Oasis Gaming, but it's an ROG clutch anyway for Oasis. They will take the lead even more so, making it 4-2 now. And this is where South Built and their old school tendency does become a problem. They wanted to play that timing. They wanted to put the pressure on Oasis and to go for the burst when they felt like that Oasis would be a bit antsy. But Oasis didn't really fear this too much. Ripper getting 3 and Coco playing the game of hide by hell and wait for someone to come. It was a little too late anyway for South Built Esports as soon as the frags ended, just because Oasis was able to bounce back with the Astra. So really, South Built right now, you have to respect how much pressure Oasis Gaming can deal with. And we talked about for Oasis, it is a struggle to close out these games when the scoreline is close near the end. But especially at the start, man, these guys are just so secure about their decisions. They know that they have that confidence to win out these fights. In case in point, Oasis right now looking for more, as the operator might only be the decisive factor here for South Built. Tap there from Ja, doesn't get too much against Wild Oreo, and it's Oasis looking to shoot back, and through the wall, Ja will fall.
Great wall bang here by Wild Oreo. Proper response here after he seemingly got caught by that fault line Pro so far up ahead. Oh, he actually dodges that guiding light. They're going to have no idea he's here. This timing. Oh, he gets one, but only one. Could have found more. Luckily for Oasis, they shut him on down and doesn't connect the shot immediately. Papichulo and Aziz, last 2 remaining members here for South Build. And this is what we've been seeing time and time on over. These 2v4, 2v3 retakes from South Build, which haven't really worked out. Now, they've been fortunate at making it expensive, but I'm not too sure. It's going to be very difficult for a retake here with just a Sheriff and an operator in hand. Look at how much utility Envy has got to throw out here, but they find him. Assist, getting that pick off. Fault line here shall connect for the moment, but still way out of reach. Coco on that flank as well. Either Marky is going to be such a big problem. No way they get this round, and Marky secures it 2-5. Oasis building upon their lead.
He just drew a line between those two like in kindergarten, and well, it's a gold star there for Marky, making the flank work. Oasis Gaming so finding ways to stall out South Build. Now that's going to be a problem here for South Build, especially in the 2v4 scenarios that you mentioned. Of course, this was the South Build on this eco state, and we've really seen here. This was weird. I was like, Ripper, did you see him already? And he was like, oh wait, he's right there. He dies, but this is still really for Oasis Gaming good enough. They're keeping players alive. They're making a decent amount of bank given the situation that South Build has been making it costly. And South Build, they always have that possibility to get that win, to get those frags, but they're usually put in this scenario where it either is them trying to claw their way back from a disadvantage, or on the second case, they go for the execute, it gets absolutely scrappy, and with the time left before it all even gets started, they don't have as much time right now to be facing off Oasis Gaming like that Oasis Gaming is trading, that Oasis Gaming is able to answer their numbers. So South Built now seeing the numbers in favor of Oasis, because none of the tricks that they're trying to do here on Haven, it's not really working in those more desperate scenarios.
Well, they're going to have to find some solution. Formula not even found just yet. So how do you even get to the end point of that? Conclusion here, Oasis firmly in the lead right now and could even extend that further if they take this round, bring this up to 5 rounds really, because of the eco state that will be forced upon South Built. Some contact information gained here early. Cosmic Divide's going to cut the noise. Now South Built going to have to keep on guessing where exactly are Oasis coming from. They burn that Nightfall here towards the B site, but the counter has been completely faked here. They think it's towards B, but the corner Charlie site is where it's going to be going. Ja hiding, finds a huge kill on Envy.
It all works out actually for South Built in the end, because Ja able to avoid the Prowler, get to the corner, Papachula and Pro with a frag, and Oasis Gaming, they took their time to get to the C site to try and make the bait work. Ripper though fighting back to a V3 scenario. Here we go again. It's such a contentious round between these two titans. You know the brawl is about to happen. Coco though, seeing them coming through with that. But Coco, he's going local now. What a shot on the flippy. Even better towards Bro. Now leaves everything to Ja on the other side. Still a bit of time to work with here for Oasis Gaming. Coco doesn't need to get that spike as of yet. 6 bullets left though.
30
really afford
seconds
to
left.
miss a burst now. It's Ja coming in from C-Long instead, with the backside being held by Coco. Who will see who first? There we go with Coco coming in! And Coco comes in clutch for Oasis Gaming. 6-2, it's Oasis with the win again.
Huge swing there from Coco. 3 kills, high impact, high importance. He gets them all. What a round for Oasis to come back into. Initially, their fake wasn't really bought here. Rather, it was completely sold, but still, they lose in the bout of that in-demand advantage. They go for the swing. And look at this shot from Coco coming in big. Even when he's in that backline position, he just is so consistent at cleaning up house and plugging all the holes that the Oasis are left open with.
Look, Coco and Waldorio have been amazing this stage, not just because of their performance, but really how they flex more for the team. And of course, free kill on the Envy. That's a lot easier right now for Southfield Esports to deal with. And Oasis Gaming headed towards that seaside. Star gonna be in the way. Do we get the stall? No. Actually, it seems like for Southfield, they'll let it by for now. They'll use that later on in the retake. No way though to scrounge that gun. Rolling Thunder is the play. Oasis Gaming putting the pressure on, and they're bringing the spike with them. They want to find the frag. Waldorio one. Johnson with straight out and Marky Ripper on the board, and it's Ripperoo with a 3K there. 7-2. Oasis Gaming forgo the objective. No post plant needed. We fight and we win.
Who needs to get the plant down? We can just kill them all right here, right now. Using the Rolling Thunder to secure that round. No hijinks to be had. South Belt. Important round for them to win. If this goes into 8 on the opening half, this could be a GG go next already for this first map. Coco, man, coming in big, both with the frags and the utility. Look at how many he tagged up with the Rolling Thunder of his here in this bout. This Oasis, they knew they funnel them into the death zone. That's where they keep them. Aziz, operator out once again. Haunt could be coming out here. Prowler, gonna be a problem. Not really connecting, no, not really tagging anyone just yet. Aziz could be an over-ambitious peak. We have seen him punished by this time on over. Bro, on the peak, he does get punished, but Aziz getting a trade. Not a direct one, but a trade nonetheless.
Prowler going after the opposition. And this will force the operator off with Oasis Gaming now. They've proven that they've studied the tapes. They probably watched their loss against Southfield again and again and again. Just because of that, they know how their opponent works, and they have shown that they're able to outmaneuver Southfield in this half. Because that last round, as soon as they realize, okay, the star's not being used, these guys are getting ready for the post plants. Let's just let it rip. Let's just go for the push. And it's crazy to think Oasis Gaming that they could make that call midway, and that was just no hesitation whatsoever. It was so smooth from Oasis, absolutely choreographed. And Southfield now, they have to deal with a squad really out for themselves. You can see the target on the back of Southfield made by Oasis Gaming. They want that revenge from stage number 1 badly here.
30 seconds left.
Southfield, they're feeling the fury right now, but Assist still alive or by Link. We get the window being taken by Marky. And I love Papi Chulo's position. He has an angle to make the cam work. He's gonna peek this out. And timing is oh so perfect for Papi Chulo. Yet again, the Cypher able to play with the opposition for now.
10 seconds left.
But Southfield gets advantage just because of the Cypher.
Still be very difficult for that operator to help them on this retake, though. All this is going to be relegated to doing is holding the angle here. Coming for this full retake, they have to not make the same mistake of isolating themselves and really bleeding out the time. In that case, it might be over before it's even said. Here comes the fault line, though. Ripper, great frag for him to find. Papi Chulo quick on the trade. Here on the lock position, though. Oh, the timing doesn't work out for him. Envy, great kill. Now 1v1, and Envy gets the job done. 8-2. Oasis, even with a man disadvantage, get the round sealed in.
Southfield Esports, they think they got it, they think they have the win, and the Oasis Gaming able to step on their toes and step towards their faces. As soon as that Caustic Divide came online, Envy ran back towards that site. In Southfield, they thought they had a bit more space to work with. They were trying to set up, the cages here. with the Cypher. They were looking for a better position, but Oasis would just push them, would just punish them, and Envy, no fear whatsoever there on the right-hand side. This punish on Popchulo is where it all started really to go down, because without that angle, Southbuild couldn't play a pinch, couldn't buy that space for the operator to hit its mark. And really, for Oasis Gaming, they're getting away with these scenarios because of their fearlessness, their assessment, and just how they're hitting nutty shots between Envy, Ripper, Coco especially. Those three are coming in big for Oasis Gaming.
That Cosmic Divide almost worked against Southbuild there in the retake. Not really having the information of, Oasis on the back of the site, on the front of the site even, actually. Pushing up that far forward to make a play, and Envy finding the proper timing. He gets a kill on Popchulo, as you said, and everything crumbles from there on. Sole player on that flank, and Oasis, man, this is really one of their better maps. This is what we were expecting to happen here to get things going. Southbuild really struggling on these opening Haven maps. We saw the same a while ago versus Alpha Esports, rather yesterday, and still a curse they have yet to dissuade. 8-2. There's not much chances for them to really convert this eco, but even at that case, even if it goes 8-4, it's still going to be so difficult for them to come back to. We're realistically looking like a potential 9-3 or 10-2 even in this case.
No possibility for Southbuild anyway. It's just really Oasis Gaming having that extra bit of security to really push in the first place. They can take advantage of how Southbuild plays those Cosmic Divides, as you mentioned, but many teams wouldn't really do that. They'd be saying, okay, maybe I can be cheeky to play the zigzag around the wall. I don't really need to reinforce the squad. These guys got this. And from those assumptions not being made by Oasis Gaming anymore, they don't want to make mistakes here against Southbuild Esports. That's why they're barely able to get inches here for the round. But Assist Pro get the takedowns. Absolute scuffle here towards A-Long, but Coco still has percent lead. Flippy though, where did that come from? Ripper and Wild Warrior were his absolute targets. And the shots will sing through for Southbuild Esports. 1v1. Mirror images on boats, but Coco coming in with a shot, but the Flip even faster! And a thrifty win for Southbuild Esports! What is all Flippy needs?
Last
3
round
times there!
the
And 3 rounds now for Southbuild Esports.
A small lifeline, a small bit of hope here in such a dark, desolate space set by Oasis. The nightmares they set upon Southbuild over and over with Envy on the fade have been crucial, but as an eco, a thrifty round they needed to convert. They get it done. Small step towards maybe mounting some small rally here. Flippy coming on big. You talked about it, Dax. I know you're a fan of this player and what he brings to the table and how he really helps plugging up those holes. They try and switch things up, bring Popchulo to A site this time around. We've only seen that like once or twice this entire half. It could be the game changer that they need, but the tour de force is going to come out from Oasis this time. They have to respect it. Pro pushing up forward. This is the same exact mistake as this did, but he's going to actually land the shot this time.
Oh, this time he caught Marky unaware. And Oasis Gaming, they have to be careful as Southbuild Esports is picking up steam. Just that POV though from Flippy, so sure with the shot. One shot one, one shot two, one shot three, and Southbuild Esports has a shot now to get back into this game. So naysayers be damned, we have a matchup still ready to go. Flippy is 1 away from the Rolling Thunder. So if he can get a kill here, it's perfect right now to cycle push of Oasis Gaming. Wild Warrior though able to overrun. Yeah, it's awkward right now, but as this just puts the operator right in his face, and the operator will sign the execution of Wild Warrior. Now 4v3 in favor of Southbuild Esports. Ripper and Envy though able to get the trades on back. Popchulo tried to find the intel, but he's all alone and he's fighting back now. Coco though overrun by the bullet. Spike gonna get dropped now into the garage. The better mechanic here. It's Popchulo who builds around for Southbuild Esports. ROG clutch here for Southbuild at the end, and they fight back. But the last moments of that first half, they're black and blue.
Oh, that was a small bit of kind of hope for them to rally back into, but Oasis always so deadly, even with the man disadvantage. They've even, they turn things around. It was 3v4, but then suddenly 2v1 in their favor. So potent, so dangerous. It came down to some heroics from the clutch master himself in Popchulo. Father Vidal, 14 frags on him. He's having himself a game. Flippy, he's only got 4, but the quality of those 3 frags that he did find help them stay in the game here right now. Now, defensive side of Oasis. we have seen them be a lot more proficient on their attacking side, and their composition would suggest that with how much initiating power we have. But the thing is, on the caveat of that, South built, they have struggled typically on their attacking side on Haven as well. So both of these teams now in the more uncomfortable position that they're not necessarily used to, with Oasis being better on the attack and Southfield being better on the defense. It really will come down to who can show up in this half. It matters more for Southfield, though, being down 4 rounds here. They lose his pistol. Could potentially be a 10-4 immediately.
And Southfield Esports, in all honesty, they found more success on, well, they found some more success really in a few attacks here and there in their history, but lately it's just been a struggle all throughout, and seeing themselves in a scenario like this yet again where it's quite a hole to get out of, it can be a little bit doom and gloom here for Southfield Esports. But Papichulo are coming big, as you mentioned. We have Pro right now finding ways to really figure out what they can get away with, and maybe here on the attacking side, that's when Aziz and Flippy can find even more frags, because at the very least, they stopped that Oasis momentum. That was how many rounds in a row for Oasis? 8, I believe. They got it between rounds 3 and 10, as you can see it there. And we can see for Oasis Gaming that once they slip up for the first time, there is a bit more of that propensity for them to slip up a second time, slip up a third time. And Southfield Esports, we talked about their ambition, was a little too much at the start of the game, but lately, they found more of these opportunities in well-suited manners, well-suited timings. There's still some hope for Southfield.
Be difficult for them. These pistol rounds, not something Southfield are necessarily known for. Look at this aggressive push here. Oh my goodness, so much utility that Oasis are going to throw at them. This could be a trap, a death in the making here for Southfield. They have to be careful, but they back on off, rightfully so, smartly so. Too much heat here in the A lobby oven. Gonna try and go the elsewhere. 3 initiators committed towards that A site. Nobody really defending B. Little do they know here, Southfield, it's ripe for the taking. Rotation already coming on in for Oasis. They realize, hey, things are too quiet. Let's see if they're going the other way. Drone on in. They have an inkling that B site is where it's going to go. And that's going to be Coco trying to make that first contact. But here on the peak, just fall back with the frenzy in hand. Jaw making sure their flanks are protected for the meantime, while Oreo realizing, hey, I need to go and help my team.
Yeah, they respect the setup here by Southfield Esports, and as they retreat and regroup, they'll be coming from 2 angles here. A-Link, interesting, because it's 3 of them looking to burst into the site. Fault Line still coming their way, and Wild Oreo gets a quick little sneak peek of, well, as this is shots, as this with the takedown. Marky though finds the Pro in response with a free gun. Coco now, frenzy in hand. Oasis Gaming looking to scramble towards that side, but watch out for your back, because here's Giant, here's Pro 2. 3 for Pro, wins the classic. Coco with the overrun. 1v1s right now with the big ones here, and it's Ja versus Coco. Left and right, find the angles. There's the tap. But the ring around Rosie looks to try and be in favor for Ja. Coco though with the takedown. Does he have enough time? It will be close, but Oasis Gaming, they will not be able to make it. Barely a hair's length there for Southfield, but at least they take the round.
So close. If Ja delayed just a second there, could have been a bit more secure, but they get the round in the end. Coming in big off of that flank. You realize he had to go all the way through A just to get there. How long was he out of the fight just to come in at the last second? And not even, well, he got that 1 kill, but all he had to do was delay time, and that he did. Here coming on the Garage Shake, Oasis realizing what the big win condition is, and they do that. They take that Garage Shake, take the grass control, but Pro just somehow, his veteran experience, he gets 3 kills with the mere classic.
Are we seeing Kid Pro back in this day and age? Because he is crazy right now, man. He was such an important factor of even letting Ja get there in the first place. And not only that, I think really he's the one to watch out for in that buy time scenario, since Coco had to rush at him, still had to stroll towards the grass area just to deal with what Pro has been doing just with the classic. Who knows what he can do even more so right now with the Spectre. But Papichulo is the one who has to face off against the Oasis Bolt, and while the Oreo will sacrifice the life of his friends to make the shorty surprise work versus Papi there in the end. So 4v4 right now. Southfield Esports towards that C site. They will have a Spectre though to use here for Oasis Gaming, but SBE, they're looking prepared for this already. Pro towards long, and the Garage Burst is all Oasis has here.
This could be very dangerous because they have a Headhunter, but Flippy realizing that they have to keep the fight close. If they play for that long post plan, those Sheriffs and Headhunter can really surprise you, and so they keep the fight up here close, utilizing the mobility and the just complete firepower advantage those Spectres provide in a close range angle. And Southfield, they convert that second round of theirs to go for, did get traded a bit, but still, this is a round where Oasis have to put their foot down. They need to take this round. If they give up a bonus here, things could smell awry. And we know that, as you said, they step on one banana peel, it seemingly multiplies for them, so they can't let this one continue to go.
Yeah, hit by a blue shell along the way, basically. Southfield Esports playing catch up. Man, I hate getting hit by that. I don't even know.
hate that.
I hate that. It's like, why even bother trying to win? But Southfield Esports, they're giving it all they got. They're looking to bother Oasis and their momentum. They've broken that streak from quite a first half that we've seen here. Oasis Gaming with the guns already, but Southfield Esports straight towards B side they will go. Flash comes in. Southfield now know that Oasis Gaming is prepared for their link push, and Coco, he finds his sister even still. Oasis Gaming plays for the first frag now. Fade of Infi walks in just to get that takedown. Ripper on the board too. Frodo yet again! Where is this guy getting the secret stuff after all these years? Because Pro still forced to be reckoned with anyway. Invi though on the other side. Surprise, surprise! Pro is waiting! 3 already with the Spectre looking for 4! Can he find the ace here? Will he be the true professional? Poppy Chula though! The assassin from behind! And it's Southfield Esports who gets the bonus next to Pro!
The oldest, the eldest player in the game, showing the young kids how it's done with a mere Spectre. Man, oh man, veteran experience, the Oaks of the FPS scene, the OG of it all, making things happen versus OG Oasis Gaming. A bit ambitious there for Aziz, but it's where you see the young guns coming in big for Oasis, but man, oh man, Pro, we cannot understate how well he is performing in this map. Top frag the entire server on a Sova. Not known to be that fragging Sova, but, well, he started the whole scene himself. He can buy well end it.
Man, I guess this is sometimes you have to say age is but a number. Pro is proving it. Absolutely. When you see him, maybe he could have retired long ago, but no! To have the retired Ripper and Coco here instead. As this gonna get through, marking on the board, sure, but Giant Poppy Chulo will find the fight back anyway. All left now to Invi with the Sheriff. Invi does get one over off the job. Southfield Esports have to be a little bit careful because this can be the hot hand of Invi yet again, but Poppy Chulo just does not lose those kind of fights. 8-8. SBE have tied it up, but just, man, off the back. Probably a back that's breaking right now as Pro has been so stellar. Poppy Chulo right beside him, hand in hand, and really, when Pro and Poppy are the ones still alive here for Southfield, they can just make wonders. Work this round though, and this time taking, I'd honestly say, motivation from what the rest of the squad are doing, and making a good opening here for Southfield Esports. Was Oasis on a lesser buy, but the point still stands. Southfield have rallied incredibly and have tied up the scoreline thanks to huge heroics from many of their members.
That's the Lola Remedios, food supplement maintenance buff here coming in for a Southfield.
Healthy options. Shop
healthy
there.
option. I maybe we could even recommend a healthy option by one of our co-talents here as the host.
Yeah,
face of it all.
The heart human heart nature. I wonder if Pro uses human heart nature.
They would actually be the most prone team to use human heart nature.
Oh man, shout out to Nika Fabs, by the way. Still,
man,
look, okay, says PE Team Secret, both amazing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and I think this is where we kind of always have had this debate. Why do we not have enough coaches in the PH scene? It's really because
they're still playing.
They're still playing. They're still here. Pro is an in-game coach, an in-game leader, and now an in-game top frag, to say the least. The old generation, still part of this generation, I have to say, in Tactical FPS, in the PH. And we always make those old-timey jokes, but there's a reason they're still here. And Pro, he himself is proving it right now. Alongside, honestly, say Poppy Chulo, big moments from them too. Southfield, so they have all the momentum in the world. Marquee only with the tour de force right now in Providence Classic. There we go though with the intel, and there we go with the shot. This gets one, but Ripper into the corner. We will at the very least find the vitals of Southfield Esports there. Shot though, looking all around on the logs. It's gonna be distracted by Invi. Coco with a frag. Coco with a second one. Pro is there, but here comes the Pro. The secret away. Pro still finds Valoria anyway, but Invi will not collapse there in the end. Oasis Gaming, albeit barely, they're breathing, but That was another almost pro moment, man.
Almost. He brings it to that 1v1, not going down without a fight, and completely hostile in whichever situation you put him in. Ripper though went huge, man. For him to find these 2 kills, completely shut down those big guns from the soft build side. He takes down OASIS, he finds Papichulo right on after. That's a corner going unchecked, but one that will keep South build in check. OASIS retained their lead, don't give it up just yet. They're looking to extend this once on more. Blades here coming out for OASIS. Recon made on early. That actually dissuades from South build to continue going that way. So do they double dip into this? They have a camera to that information, taking things slowly. We know that this is what they want to do. They want to draw out that time. They want to keep the opposing side guessing by cutting down the noise. But this time around, they've been found out. And so how do they mitigate this?
A little bit of the draw distance there, even with Dissipate, but neither side losing a member. Southfield though claiming a long already for themselves, still thinking about it if they're gonna commit the Trailblazer with a bite in the back line. It's Pro who has to make sure that this is a wound he disinfects, because Southfield now, they're a little bit stuck here in terms of momentum. OASIS Gaming with the intel, they know how many members are together. They might also be ready right now for Papichulo to come in from a flank, perhaps through the middle. That's why Marky's stationed up top still. A game of patience right now, and will OASIS falter? So they try to go for rotate, they double back. Are they faking South build esports out? That's exactly what I'm thinking too. But the waiting game right now. Marky, does it pay off? South build known to explode at the very end of that timer. They like to drain those resources as much as possible. Caustic Divide though, to start things off, Marky now gonna be relocating himself. Rolls against Papichulo, but Papichulo still with a stellar shot. Anyway, Southfield though,
no time.
Do they have enough time to make it to B side? They have to hoof it, they have to make it there. Does Coco have enough utilities, but Papichulo are taking the party points time after time. They cancel! The right blast there, and in B finds the targets anyway. Southfield Esports, they gamble too much with a time back, and they will lose big time there. OASIS with the round.
Why rotate towards the B site when they know they have the pick? They can force and press the issue on that A site, knowing there's only, what, max 3 players there, and anybody rotating else from elsewhere. Papichulo has got their mark to keep him at bay and stop them from reinforcing the site, but they gamble with that time, and that's a risky run. They try and go for the default plant as well, right in front of the entrance, instead of going for the safe plant towards that C-Long, that C-Link, and they pay the price for it. Hefty mistake here by South Build.
These Esports, they're playing fire every single time they do that with a time bank, and especially in Valorant. You have these angles, you have these utilities, and basically there's no fear from Envy to just peek it. They knew they just needed to kill one specific person, and they would have won the round in OASIS Gaming. Now, they have the guns, Southfield don't. Sheriffs in the hands of Southfield Esports. But what a heart-stopping round, really, that was OASIS Gaming. At least they get to scramble there towards the site, but Papichulo, even in a game of patience, he still beats Marky there. Wild Oreo, testing, fighting. That's 1, 2, 3. That's everyone on the side of Southfield. Oreo gotta run away, call for reinforcements because SPE are knocking towards that A site.
Damage being done here, but nobody really finding a pick. Wild Oreo has a great position though to shut all of this down here from the graffiti position. Going for the wide pick. Pro not lining the shots. He's being mixed up. Papichulo finding that one, but they're getting all the kills in the Southfield way. Envy though, he's gonna come in big. Look at how low everybody is. Spraying on through. He gets the kills. Bripper finding the second as well, and Papichulo and everybody going down. OASIS, dicey round, but they keep it locked and stored. Southfield always so deadly in those situations, but cannot confirm the round in the end. They've got a gun round here to work with, but if they lose this, that's map number 1 done.
It gets so dicey with Southfield's executes right now. For OASIS Gaming, they knew they were coming. Wild Oreo fighting for his life, basically. The rest of the OASIS reinforcements. When Envy comes in, gets the intel, he just sets it up by himself, knocks it down by himself, and from that point on, it's OASIS Gaming now getting closer and closer to ending this game. Southfield Esports with a very much needed timeouts. So risky what they've been really doing here, when it could have just been casual stroll towards the site, a better location to put the plant down, knowing that Papichulo already had the back of the site, and also knowing that A-Link was where OASIS were. Really just goes to show that in those moments, it's not just the opponent who gets affected by the lessened time bank. Southfield Esports too, And they are the ones paying the price right now after they've lost the momentum they've built on so much for in the past few rounds.
Big risks and even bigger consequences from those very drawn-out rounds that they like to play. I still think the right decision there would have been to continue towards that A site and have Papichulo hold off the flank, the reinforcement on the rotation, given that they have the information of how many players are there because of that neural theft. But clock doesn't work from 11 to 8. Oasis, 1 round away from securing match point, and they can do it right here, right now. No operators, though, on either side. They don't have the tour de force either, as this information given on the way early does burn his dash for this, and so keeps Oreo guessing where exactly he went, but how they're reinforcing the B side. They know that Southfield like to make that contact towards A and rotate to go hit that B site once again, but they're opting to go for the C site here. No real noise made towards A, and so they have no reason, Oasis, to stick there. But just being cautious, going for that C site. Lone defender on this side is going to be Ripper. We've seen him going big here. Dax, when it comes to anchoring these sites, and he has to go huge right now.
Trying to see if he can get the claws out yet again. Nightfall, though, brought out by Envy. Ripper, though, with the first from the platform.
Whoa.
And this is just a stage that he can use to bring Oasis to an even better future. Pro, though, in behind, the path to creep up. Different angle. Coco, though, will make sure that his bones will be absolutely brittle and turn to dust now. It's 4v2 after everything's said and done. Southfield still with a chance
30 seconds
to
left.
rotate towards that A site, but you mentioned it, Ripper. He just does not disappoint in those scenarios. He stepped up as soon as Oasis was there, ready to cover his back, and then even making things easier with Nightfall. Now, though, past the brawl from the tower.
Huge
There we go
haunt.
with the haunts. Does he get the intel, though? The Cyber Cage
Spike
blocking
planted.
that vision. And there we have the spike now being planted. Flippy, Papichulo, though, down below. Indy yet again. So
One
stay
player
up here.
standing.
Papichulo will face off against the opposition. Markito with the trade. And here comes Oasis Gaming now, as their road has led them towards that A rate take. 12 to 8, map point for Oasis.
Huge round for Oasis to win, and seemingly after that mishap where they went towards the B site to get the plant, Southfield just continuing to slip, maybe tilt, maybe whatever it may be. Oasis using that momentum in their favor, and Southfield just continuously not able to get a round here on the board. Got some rifles to work with here, not the best utility, not the best armor as well to continue in this bout. They're gonna have to make work with what little they've got. C site looking to be the opening option here for Southfield to try and get themselves back into the round. They do have some ultimates to work with, something Oasis don't have just yet, but can they actually extend this further?
No more charges
Let's
left.
see Southfield Esports
You want to
can get
fight
back to their winning ways here. Still, these rounds can go in a blink of an eye. The Cosmic Divide, though, giving us a degree of separation at least. And Oasis Gaming now, they do want to put their bulk towards the south side of the map. So Envy to lead the charge. Prowler able to trip up the tripwire, and Ripper able to get the takedown off the job. Envy, though, still looking for the siege. Southfield Esports trying to hug the wall, but Marky will give the hug that towards the Papichulo. Flippy right now with a takedown off the Marky. Hunter's Fury is the call from Pro. Does he get the knockdown here, though? He gets one, but Coke and a Wild Warrior aren't there yet again. Oasis Gaming now in a brawl between brawlers, in a brawl between breaches, and it's Coco who comes in cleanly one more time. Oasis Gaming, they find the mistakes at Southfield Esports and flick on themselves, and they
Defenders
capitalize
win.
on that. Oasis Gaming with a 30-8 victory. For SBE, it's a heartbreaker as Oasis took back that momentum and kept it in their hands.
Vengeance seemingly at the cusp of the hands here of Oasis Gaming.